before we start the sheets, which we will start next day because I take way too long to teach things, we have 9 questions here that encompass all of the outcomes from section 2.4, which in itself is the only section that we will test. So you might ask yourself, Mr. Mack, when's our next test? Our next test is as soon as we finish this chapter. This one section. This one section, just one section, test. So we have back-to-back tests is what we have. So the first question is a gimme. It says the square root of 144. Since we know that the square root symbol itself means what number when multiplied by itself is 144, meaning what number when multiplied by itself equals 144. We know that it's 12, so therefore the square root of that is 12. What number when multiplied by itself is 144? The answer is 12. The next one is your basic thing, 8 squared. It says 8 squared or 8 to the exponent of 2. What does it mean? It means 8 times 8. What does it mean in standard form? It means 64. The next one says a fraction. Now we said fractions can also be perfect squares as long as both the numerator and denominator are perfect squares. In this case, they are. So we could do one of two things. We could square root both of them, which we will learn at a later date to get 1 over 4. But since we don't know this yet, that's in chapter 3, we will simply say what fraction multiplied by itself is 1/16. The numerator, 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 4 is 16. So therefore, I'll erase all this other junk here that I don't need. The square root of 1/16 is 1/4. In the next one, we have the square or squaring of 7/10. Okay, 2 ways to do it. The easiest way is to drop your decimal, and you're going to think, what is 7 squared? And that's 49. Right? Now, whatever you have for your decimals, in this case I have 1 place, 1 decimal place. Therefore, you double it, and then put that many decimal places into your answer. Okay? That many decimal places into your answer, and therefore 0.49 without a calculator is the square to decimal 7 squared, or the square of 7/10. The next one's a piece of cake. Your base is a fraction. Your exponent is 2. Therefore, you take the base and multiply it by itself this many times, twice. Okay? So when you have that, your numerator will be 2 times 2, which is 4. Your denominator will be 3 times 3, which is not 6. It is 9. And therefore, 2/3 squared equals 4/9. Uh-oh, our next question looks difficult. We're panicking. We're like, good gravy, this looks almost impossible. But we said that what are evil in math class? Mixed fractions are evil. They're the abomination of all that is good. So we're going to change this question to improper. And once we have it, Darwin, as an improper fraction, what fraction times itself is 25 over 4? What's my numerator going to be? My numerator will be 5, because 5 times 5 is 25. That's right. And my denominator will be 2, because 2 times 2 is 4. And therefore, the square root of 6 1/4 is this. However, would I write that as my answer? No. I would change that answer actually back into a mixed fraction, because we've already worked with non-mixed fractions. What is 25 over 4 as a, oh, sorry. My bad. I got lost for a second. The square root there is, 5 over 2. What is 5 over 2 as a mixed fraction? 2.5. Okay. How can I check my answer? With a calculator. Change 6 1/4 to a decimal. What's 6 1/4 as a decimal? 6.25. The square root of that should be what number? 2.5, right? Let's see. Are we ready? Square root. Oh, it is 2.5. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. When we get into number 7, we have a mixed fraction, evil. We're going to convert this. Excuse me. Mamma mia. We're going to convert this to improper. This is the same question. No difference. 6 over 5 multiplied by itself twice. 36 over 25 is your answer. Is that a good answer to use? No. Right. No, it's 1. 16 over 25. Well, just out of curiosity, just for those of you who love this, is 1 and 64 over 100. Right, I can make that into a... So therefore, if I want to check it with a calculator, can anyone do 1 1/5 as a decimal in their head? What's this as a decimal? Say it again, I got my earmuffs on. 1.2 is correct. So if I take 1. Oh, sorry. My calculator, where's my, hello? There it is. If I go 1.2, which is 1 1/5, and I square it, which is this button right here, see it? I get 1.44. I made a mistake somewhere. Oh, it's not 16, is it? It should be 9, isn't it? Right? Yeah, that should work. Okay. Real quick, we're running out of time. 1/2 to the exponent of 4 is 1/2. The base multiplied by itself 4 times, which is 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 over 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 1 over 16. So therefore, 1/16. And the last question. Drop your decimals. What is the square root if I drop my decimals? 6. How many significant decimal places do I have? I have 4 here, don't I? So in my answer, how many do I need? 2. I got to cut it in half. 1, 2. .06 is your answer. Double check your work with a calculator just to see if my brain is braining. Decimal 0036. Square root. Hallelujah.